If I'm not done with this review in 5 minutes, just wait longer. Captain's log, start date 05/01/24. Rounded up to the nearest decimal point. We've traveled back in time to review the Pergear 10mm fisheye pancake lens. I'm going to figure out what to do with this lens, even if I have to tear the universe another black hole. I've got to, mister! I just can't do it, Captain! I haven't got the power! Better late than never. This is the Pergear 10mm f8. And it is a weird lens. It's literally the size of a cap. It's just the same size. So as you can see, it's really thin. This is a pancake lens, and it's so small that I actually have to keep my hands off the grip, otherwise they get picked up. So I have to shoot it like this. And it turns an alpha body into basically a point and shoot. Yeah, I can't hold on to like this, otherwise my fingers are in the frame. It's awkward to actually have to take a photo this way, but I have to hold it like this, get my finger on there, away from the grip. But it offers a really interesting perspective. It's circular, kind of like looking through a bubble. So what I did was I kind of cropped in with active stabilization on the A1, and now it's cutting out the vignetting, but it's still maintaining that really crazy wide angle. So you see a little bit of darkness in the corners from the vignetting, but it's not that bad. The only problem with it is that on a really bright day like this, I don't have an ND filter for this tiny lens, so I have to kind of depend on shutter speed. This little thing basically turns this into, it's like an over-glorified GoPro. Kind of silly putting an $80 piece of glass on a over $6,000 body. Polish a turd, you still get a turd. I don't really want to say that there, but it's not that bad. You just have to hold it like this. And it really does remind me of GoPro when you turn it on the wide lens and you get that curvature in the bottom and top, especially if you start rotating it or like tilting it up and down, and you don't have to worry about focus because it's fixed. Well, it's not fixed. It has this really funny, so there's a lever that goes from infinite to 0.3 meters, I would imagine. I'm just leaving it infinite because I can't be bothered to really think about the focus, and it's not like I'm getting that close to any of my subjects. Like, it's an ultra wide. I'm using it for these big scenes down here in Waikiki. I guess I can't really think of any real professional applications for this thing because it's just so extreme and it's not really the best quality, but it could make for some interesting perspectives on architectural photography. You know, you go into a space where there's all kinds of pines like these. That just warps everything so much that it kind of makes it look crazy. It's not like you're gonna use this lens for a project you're gonna deliver to a client. This is a for fun lens. The look it produces reminds me of the golden era of skateboarding videos when the camera operator used a Sony VX2000 and skated right alongside their subject. So we've moved out of Waikiki and into downtown just to give this a different environment to shoot in. Now it's all tall buildings on either side of us. I have to admit, this is probably the first lens that's motivated me to look up more often, because it's such a wide angle that I can get things. Just feels like it's a I mean, it's not quite 180 degrees, but it sort of feels like it. And looking up, you get this weird circular perspective of everything. And so stuff that towers above you sort of pulls in over the image. There's trash cans everywhere. Anyway, I'm gonna try and get a little bit more. I'm gonna get a piece of art in here. Try and include that. I like the cheesy too, because they have such interesting canopies. I think downtown San Francisco would be really interesting. Places like that where the downtown, you kind of walk into the downtown and you just become so surrounded by tall buildings that you feel like you're in a concrete jungle, you know, and you look up and all you can see is buildings all around you except for a hole right above you where the sky shines through. Honolulu downtown is such a random mishmash of buildings that with an ultra wide, it's kind of difficult to find a real interesting angle. I feel like I should use this more often, but it really has no real professional applications. You're definitely using it for goofy reasons. It's got a really bizarre perspective. It's extremely wide. You can see your fingers in there if you grab the grip of the camera. Yeah, it's fun, and I definitely recommend it for that because it's less than $100 and you really can't go wrong. But don't expect amazing results from this thing. Use it for fun.